Well, I want to share something special with you today. A special lure. The most versatile lure I've ever used, a lure that everyone should have in their tackle box. And here it is, the DOA PT7. Well, let me introduce you to the DOA PT7. I'm going to tell you what this lure is all about. I'm going to tell you when you want to use it, how you want to use it, and really what makes this so incredible, so versatile, and, well, just special. So the PT7 is a soft, completely weedless, floating, rattling lure that you can use as a topwater, a twitch bait, a suspension bait, and it is a fish catching machine. Now, like most lures, this does come in a ton of different colors, like these. These are a few of the colors that I've been using recently, so depending on whatever water clarity you were fishing in, well, they have a huge selection of different colors. Now, like I mentioned before, this is completely weedless. So they are pre-rigged with this huge tail hook that goes through the body, out the top, and then back into the soft body, which makes this really, really nice. When a fish bites on this, you can see the hook gets exposed, and then you can put it right back into the body and it's not coming out. Now, because this is completely weedless, you can pretty much use this anywhere, anytime. If you're fishing over oyster or really, really thick grass, and you can fish all of those areas without ever worrying about getting snagged or caught up. I have been using this for the last few months, and I have yet to get this caught where I couldn't get it out. So I really do like to use this in some of that really, really thick grass, or on top of oyster when you've got some of those predator fish feeding on all of the bait that is around oyster. Now, if you are somebody like me that fishes into the back of marshes where the redfish will run like way up into the grass and you can hear them, you know they're there, you just can't see them, you can't seem to find them. This is a lure that I love to throw way back into the grass and just drag it through there, and that rattling sound will get their attention, and you can literally see some of those fish coming out of the grass chasing this lure. It works really, really well when you are in those areas, that thick grass and sticks and all of that other stuff that a lot of your other lures would get snagged and hooked up on. This, you just don't have to worry about it. Now, because it is shaped kind of like a little torpedo, it just comes undone, and it just doesn't get snagged on anything at all. I mean, it really is a completely weedless lure, and again, as fish bite it, it pops out, and it's real easy to put back into this soft body. So this PT7 is classified as a topwater because it floats and rattles just like a lot of your other topwaters, which means that you can retrieve it like those other topwaters. You can walk the dog across the surface of the water, or you can slowly retrieve this, which is what I do when I'm fishing over like oyster or some of that thick grass. But what makes this incredibly unique and different is that if you speed up that retrieve just a little bit, this will actually dive. It'll dive and, suspend just under the surface of the water, which makes this react a lot like a suspension bait. It will suspend just a few inches, and as long as you keep that high speed retrieval, well, this will run right under the surface of the water. And when you do that, you'll notice that this thing moves kind of back and forth, which is kind of like some of those shallow running wake baits. So you just have a lot of different ways that you can use this lure, and depending on how you retrieve it, this will react differently, unlike a lot of your other topwaters, which will basically only float, or some of your suspension baits that will suspend and then sink, or this is obviously different, because when it does suspend and you stop reeling at that speed, it will float again, and then you can run it like a topwater. So you can actually mix and match those and do some really, really awesome and just different and unique retrievals, and you just have endless options when you're using this lure. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the durability of this. First of all, it is rigged with this high quality Kale style hook. Now the body is really, really soft. As you can see, comes out the body and then back into the body, so it is right there. So when a fish bites this, it literally just pops out just like that. You can see the hook is here, and as soon as you get the fish off of this hook, well, you can just push that right back into the body, and as you can see, it, yep, something like that, yeah, it is back in there. So you can use this over and over and over again. The one that is rigged up on my topwater rod right now, I think I've caught 6 redfish on that, and I'm still using it. It's still going strong. Now, obviously, anything with teeth, it probably won't hold up as well. But if you compare this to, for instance, a corky, where a big redfish hits those, chances are it's not going to last for more than 1, maybe 2 fish, and that's about it. I mean, I've had corkies just completely be ripped apart by redfish, and that just doesn't happen with this. You can just keep reusing it. As soon as it pops out, you literally just stab it back into the body, and you're good to go. Now, when you do buy these, you can buy these in 2-packs where that one comes rigged, and then you get a spare, and you can do that on DOA's website at doalures.com. So you can buy these in 2-packs, or you can buy just replacements if you already have the hook and the setup for that. You can just buy replacements. Which brings us to where to get these. Well, like I said, you can go to doalures.com and you can order these directly through them. Or if you're local, you can go to Anglers Anonymous. Anglers Anonymous is now carrying all of DOA lures, including the PT7. So you can go over there, pick out exactly what colors you want. Anglers Anonymous does have these, so you can go directly through Anglers Anonymous if you're local, or you can order through DOA Lures. And I believe the cost, the retail on that is around $10 for the 2-pack. So you're actually getting 2 lures for about the same cost as 1 corky, and definitely cheaper than if you're getting some of the custom corkies. So it's around $10 for 2 of these, or again, you can go over to Anglers Anonymous and they have these as well. All right, guys, well, that is it. This is definitely a lure that you want to have in your tackle box. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. This is one of those lures that I keep rigged all the time. I definitely keep them on my tackle box, especially when I get to those areas where I'm fishing over oyster or some of that really thick grass that I just can't get other lures into. It's definitely something that you want. You don't want to roll up onto a back lake in the marsh and hear redfish in the grass and you just can't get any lures over to them, because this one will. You can get this over there. So that is it. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, and we'll see you next time.